announcer para ipakilala ang ating starting lineups. Pakinggan po natin ang introductions mula sa kanya. Just as a footnote, Ken Redfield won as the best import and Johnny Abarientos winning as the best player of the conference. Let's listen in.
Number 3, Kenny Redfield. At center, number 14, Benji Paras. At forward, number 8, Jojo Lim. And at forward, number 32, Johnny Escobar. Assistant coaches, Kenny Nokia, head coaches, Tito Navasa. And now, starting for Alaska. At guard, number 14, Johnny Abarientos. At guard, number 6, Jojo Lastimosa. At center, number 32, Edward Huino. At forward, number 20, Sean Chambers. And at forward, number 16, Bong Hawkins.
At kompleto na po ang ating starting lineups para sa dalawang kupunan ng ating mga opisyal ay sina Ernie De Leon, Celso Rivera, Franco Ilagan, si Boy Cruz ang ating alternate. Welcome to game number 4. Shell leading the series 2-1.
Partner, tingnan natin yung starting lineup ng Alaska, and we notice that Coach Tim Cohn going with 3 big, 2 small combination.
And we jump, and we are underway. Number 4. Si Redfield, kay Tixon. Lim starting off tonight. Benji Paras.
And check the mismatch. Abarientos on Escobar.
Long Tom works.
In that occasion, no need to go down low to exploit the mismatch. Tixon getting it from the outside.
Tixon, so far 11 points in the first game, 13 in the second, 6 points in game number 3. As we find Hawkins uncorking, ayaw. Redfield sinungkit ang rebound. We'll keep a very close watch at the rebounds as we sail along because gaya na nabanggit ng aking kasama rito, ito ang factor, more or less ang barometer ng serye na ito.
Totoo yan, because if Alaska is able to control the rebounds, then they'll be able to initiate their fast break attack. Paras moved out of his comfort zone that time by the tough defense of Alaska.
Kung kaya siya ay tinawagan ng traveling, tayo po ay nasa unang 2 minuto ng ating first quarter ng 4th encounter ng dalawang koponan na ito, Alaska at Formula Shell. Kaya na nabanggit natin, lamang ang Shell sa serye. Samantalan, si Chambers na ipit. Nilabas kay Jojo Lastimosa. It's over now to Hawkins in the clear. Yan. Nobody was on Hawkins that time.
Well, that time also, good quick movement on the part of Alaska in the half court. And they were moving the ball close to the basket, forcing Shell to double team inside.
In the meantime, great pass inside by Richie Tixon. And Escobar on the firing end. Shell races to a 5-2 advantage. Still in the first 2 minutes, first quarter. Here's Huino, sends it over to Lastimosa. Jolas sumilip sa loob, walang mabigyan. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Huino sends it to Chambers. Shot clock reduced to 6. Outside to Huino. Can't pull the trigger. Does so now. Tough angle to work with. Rebound. Pinaglalabanan. Loose ball foul ayon kay Celso Rivera.
In that sequence, walang double team yung Shell. Nahirapan yung Alaska to be able to get off the shot in the half court.
Kung ngayon lang ho kayo nag-switch over sa amin, nabanggit ng aking kasama ritong si Ganito Henson na isa sa mga reasons o mga dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng advantage ang Shell, hindi sila double team straight up at kung gano'n, nahihirapan ng Alaska.
Yes, because may size advantage yung Shell.
Samantala, miscue sa panig ng Shell, nagmamadali ang Alaska. Si Jolas hindi ipipilit ang sitwasyon. However, commits himself to the air and goes Chambers!
Chambers operating where he can be deadly. That's inside the paint.
Pero isang observation doon sa nabanggit mo, sa mga interviews sa Alaska, determinado because they've been here before. They know that adversity at saka yung paghihirap as Tixon drills another long shot. It's part and parcel of being in the finals.
Totoo yan, the experience factor for Alaska. But Richie Tixon, a pickup here in the season after having been discarded, certainly living up to expectations.
And working for a brief time as an employee of Alaska.
Yes.
Ang feeling niya kasi, kala niya tapos na yung PBA career niya, might as well start off a new career, start working in a different fashion.
Well, ika nga, this is a new lease on life for Richie Tixon.
Traveling.
Another traveling violation on Benji Paras. He's having problems operating outside. Shell needs Benji Paras down low, not outside.
Ang ating official count, 8-6 dito sa maagang bahagi ng ating first quarter. 8:42 na lang po ang nalalabi.
Sev, there's been so much talked about regarding Shell's defense, but there's very little credit being given to the assistant coach, Perry Ronquillo, who I understand is the main man as far as defensive tactics of Shell are concerned.
In the meantime, there's this drive by Lastimosa that produces nothing. You're absolutely right. You know, Perry's one of the great basketball minds we have here in the coaching circle.
That's right, tremendous potential. Remember, he was chosen as an assistant coach for the Philippine team by Coach Norman Black at the Asian Games in 1994.
And of course, you and I were fortunate enough to see Perry in action when we went with the team to the Asian Games in 1994 in Hiroshima, Japan. 8-all is our count here. 7:52 is the count. As we take a look at Redfield, trying to backpedal against Hawkins. Turnaround, medyo off angle. Narito si Jan. Fast break points. Nabanggit mo ito kanina. Sinusubukan ng Alaska ang umarangkada. Walang mapuntahan. May harang sa daan.
Alaska very, very clearly wants to kick up the pace very early in this game. They want to jump start to an early lead and leave Shell behind. It's easier to be able to post a big lead and play catch-up. And once more, inside the paint, Sean Chambers. As we said, that's where he's most dangerous. Kung nasa loob si Sean Chambers, mahirap ng labanan.
Chambers with 28 in games 1 and 2. Identical production. In game number 3 had 23 when Alaska lost to Shell. 85-77 was the tally there. As we take a look at Benji Paras, called already for 2 traveling violations. Redfield, air ball. Here comes Alaska. Nearly an errant pass, but it's saved. Handled well and a foul against Shell.
Well, Shell playing a very, very disciplined type of defense. Ang bilis nilang bumaba sa depensa. That transition of defense of Shell not allowing Alaska to score in the fast break.
Alam mo, may nakausap tayo kanina as we take a look at Mr. Frederick Tengs of Alaska. Isang kaibigan natin galing sa DBP. Ang sabi niya, ang ganda dito sa seryeng ito. Itong dalawang team na ito, masipag sa depensa. Baba lang ng baba, baba lang ng baba.
Kanya nga, bawal ang tamad. Hindi lang for Alaska, but also for Formula Shell. Most especially for Formula Shell.
Siguro.
Because kailangan nila yung transition defense to stop Alaska from scoring at will in transition.
At alam ng Shell, bagamat sila may advantage kayo na 2-1, ito hindi madaling mawala itong Alaska. Tingnan nyo, ito, miscue. Narito si Hawkins, nagmamadali, humahabol ng tatlo. No problem, no problem.
Ayun ang fast break attack ng Alaska and a single-minded effort by Bong Hawkins. Siya nakakuha ng bola on the steal. Siya din ang nag-complete ng fast break attack. Maganda ang depensa ng Alaska. And here's once more an attempt to score in the fast break and no foul.
So far, 3 successive steals by Alaska Milk. Kenny Redfield thinking of pulling the trigger. Decides against it. Narito si Victor Pablo. Hawkins nakaantabay. Pablo. Shot clock bumababa sa 5. Nakay Pablo pa rin ang bola. Walang mapuntahan. Naipit. They're gonna lose this possession on 24 seconds.
Now notice in that situation, hindi nag-double team yung Alaska. They used Bong Hawkins straight up defense against Victor Pablo, and that's enough.
We've got a timeout. We'll be right back. We're at 14-8. Alaska in front by 6. 5:37 na lang po dito sa ating first quarter. Rampage by the Milkmen.
And Sean Chambers leading the charge. He's done an excellent job not only in offense but also in taking care of Kenny Redfield. Turnovers pa, napakalaki ang discrepancy. 7 turnovers na.
Ito yung 8-0 run ng Alaska. Samantala, another miss. Jolas. Hawkins. Nilabas uli kay Jolas. Johnny using Huino's screen. Anong message ang pinadadala ng Alaska rito sa umpisa? It's obvious that they are determined to take this fourth game.
Oh, it's very clear that they're fired up. And they're forcing Kenny Redfield to give up the ball. They're double teaming him. And here's Kenny Redfield. Walang double team, so he tries to take it strong. And what tenacity off the boards.
Parang you get the feeling palaging Alaska may tangan ng bola no?
May flow. That's
Oo.
right. The flow of Alaska's offense is very smooth at this stage. Kanya din pumapasok ang kanilang mga tira sa labas.
We have a violation. Okay, I have a big whiteboard here that says turnover to Butch Maniego. Okay, turnover. Butch?
Maraming salamat, Sev. Ngayon ko lang medyo nakitang nagalit si Coach Chito Narvasa. They had 7 turnovers in the first 6 minutes. Hindi nila nasusunod yung plinano nila in the pregame. And according to Chito Narvasa, this is the big game for them. It's time to be a winner. Let's go for the kill. Yun ang kanyang message sa kanyang boys going into Game 4.
Mukhang galit na galit yata ang batay sa report ni Butch. Thanks a lot, Butch. And reason to get mad behind ang team niya.
Totoo yan. Of course, with a turnover rate like that, 7 turnovers, and we're just in the first quarter. But in the previous play of Formula Shell, it was Kenny Redfield again who took charge.
In the meantime, it's 18-10. 8-point lead by Alaska now. 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. We're still in the first. Samantala, narito si Redfield. Sabi niya, ayaw. Alis ka dyan, Terry. Santos is working on the outside. Sends it to Saldana. He won't take it from there. Shot clock reduced to 6. Excellent switching by Alaska. And nearly another rebound in their favor. Redfield grinding hard. Nagkaroon ng banggaan. May foul time.
Well, yung sinabi natin kanina, bait Redfield inside. Hindi pa nangyayari yun, no? As you see Kenny Redfield taking the ball from the outside and moving inside. What I actually meant by baiting Kenny Redfield to play inside is to force him to play low post. So far, it hasn't happened here in this game yet.
Alam mo, saka Alaska apparently has invoked a rule. You won't get anything easy tonight. They will challenge you with every shot you take.
Well, hindi lang yun. I think nagtutulungan sila as far as rebounding is concerned.
Oh, isa pa yun, ano?
Oo, at saka nagpapakaisa sila ng intensity. Intensity na kulang sa kanila nung game number 3.
Exacto. Samantala, 3 minutes na lang po ang remaining dito sa eventful na first quarter. Bakbakan sa ere. Nakuha ng Mama. Ang pinakamaliit. Libre si Jolas. Diretso pero medyo kulang. 2 minutes 45. Redfield. Naipit. Labas kay Santos. Narito si Benji. Can't get anything going. Pablo fires from afar. No. By the time Shell takes the shot, they're tired. May foul ayon kay Tim Cohn. Medyo bangga sa bahaging ulo si Johnny Abarrientos. Long top dribble.
At si Chambers, pinabayaan si Ken Redfield to take the shot from the outside. Well, kanina sinabi natin yung tema for Formula Shell, matira ang matibay. Actually, that seems to be the theme for the entire game, not just for Shell.
Yes, indeed.
Because both teams playing very physical here in this very first quarter.
In the meantime, nakuha ni Santos. Benji Parasis, a step ahead! No! May foul laban kay Santos. Walang team na malapit sa penalty. In fact, each team, 2 team fouls apiece. This is the miss. Time out.
Willie.
Balik ko tayo rito sa Cuneta Astrodome. Ang ating score, 18-13 a minute and 32. Sandali, may nangyari. Siyang foul, pero siyang...
Siya natamaan. And Shell calling for an injury timeout. Santos was faked off his feet by Johnny Abarientos. Tapos dun sa landing, nagkatamaan sa muka. And you see Romel Santos. Mukha yata sa mata tinamahan si Romel. Ito si Romel, dapat ang kanyang nickname Field Marshal.
Si
Romel.
Malatangke ang dating eh. Samantala ito yung naganap kanina. Yun, medyo tumama ng konti si Johnny sa kanya. Well, all part of the action. Tingnan natin ang pangalawang anggulo. May foul talaga si Romel. Okay, ang ating score 18-13. We are down to the last minute and 32 seconds of this first quarter of play. This is game number 4. Johnny Abarientos will be shooting. Misses.
In a series as tight as this, it's important that you put in the free throws. And I'm sure that's in the mind of Johnny Abarientos. And that's also why there's more pressure for you to score those points from the stripe.
Kasi dikit yung series eh, no? You need all the points that you can get.
Well, tinatawag dyan ay championship pressure.
Samantala, Redfield hiningi uli ang bola. Ang shot clock ay bumababa sa G's. Ang ating game clock ay 1:16. Paras, nothing. And it's been a very unproductive first quarter for the Shell Gunners. Inside action. Yes!
Ayun ang sinasabi natin, yung motion offense na kailangan ng Alaska. They've got to use quickness to be able to offset the height advantage of Shell. Make the extra pass, and you can make the extra pass if there is movement in your offense.
Jojo Lim, a moment of hesitation. Alaska forcing Shell to consume so much time, and by the time they take the shot, it's not one of their best. If not, most of the time, it's not their best shot.
Actually, in that play of Formula Shell, it was Victor Pablo who was baited to play inside at low post because ang kanyang guardia si Johnny Abarientos. But of course, nag-collapse in depensa sa kanya. He put up a poor shot.
4 on the shot clock. Hawkins sees the target. Can't pull the trigger. Huino! No! Action will continue. And it's down to 12 seconds.
Ito, looking for execution is Kenny Redfield.
Long heat! It's a triple bid to end this first quarter of play. And at the end of 12 minutes, lamang po ang Alaska, 21-16. Oh, yes. And Rino drilling it in at the start of the second quarter. Yours truly, Seb Sarmiento and Ganito Henson. We are so happy you could join us for this one, game number 4. This Tuesday evening, live from the Cuneta. Tixon won't go, and the rebound is taken care of by Alaska. It's been the story of this game so far.
Yes, Seb, Coach Tim Cohn very comfortable with this adjustment in his lineup. He's got 3 forwards and just 2 guards. Now, we remember that in the previous game when he tried to attack the defense of Shell using a 3-guard offense, it didn't really pay off handsome dividends. Now they've got more size on the floor, and plus Pochuino is getting minutes and he's delivering.
At ang nangyayari at yun ay nangyayari dahil sa size factor nga na Shell has been using to the hilt. That outside attempt by Redfield produces nothing. It is still 23-16. Hawkins partially blocked from the rear. Jolas downstairs to Sean. Somebody got a chunk of it.
Here's a fast break the other way.
Oh, not on. Twister! Twister! Oh, Naron has been having quite a series. Naron 11 points game 1, 11 points game 2, 13 in game 3. 23-18 is the count. Stepping out series ito para kay Naron. Samantala, that shot won't go. And Kenny Redfield in full command.
It was a poor shot. Lastimosa was well covered by Peter Naron. Yan ang sinasabi natin, no? You don't need to double team at Jojo Lastimosa because Naron has a big height advantage. Here's a fast break attack. It's 2-on-1. And that was fueled again by good defense on the other end. They're forcing those steals. They're forcing turnovers.
Chito Narvasa, who is wearing his green shirt and yellow tie, really a corporate. The colors of Formula Shell. He had his arms outstretched in that fast break play of Alaska. Para sabi niya, ba't walang bumababa?
Exactly.
Wala man lang tao.
Well, kanina nakita natin nung first quarter that very disciplined ang depensa ng Shell in going back quickly on defense in transition. Pero dito sa second quarter, medyo nagkukulang na yung intensity level ng Formula Shell. Could it be a sign of being tired? And if it is, then Coach Chito Narvasa must make sure that he's always got fresh legs inside the floor or on the floor.
Yung team that will have the mental toughness to stay on and might have the best chance kasi this been a mind game this series
Well, yan, at saka yung pag-pacing, no? Yung pagpasok ng tao, very, very important also. Si Jeffrey Carriazo, hindi natin nakita naglaro nung first quarter because Coach Tim Cone, very comfortable, as we said, with his big lineup.
Opting for the size element. Inside, yes. Escobar doing the right thing. Talagang lurking just down the baseline, waiting for the right moment and the right pass.
You notice that Sean Chambers is now playing the number 3 position. Yun ang pinag-usapan natin kanina. Reposition Sean Chambers to allow more minutes for the big men, for the big locals of Alaska to get in the flow. And that's why Hawkins, Chambers, and Wino have been in this game since the start.
Hawkins, in the meantime, was guilty of an offensive foul and it tit for tat, mano por mano. Si Paras naman ang guilty of the foul. Technical foul. Referee Ernie De Leon has just whistled a technical. Let's wait for the official announcement. It's on Redfield.
Ano sabi ni Redfield? I never said anything.
Well, what did I say? What did I say? Parang ganun, ano?
Oh, hindi ko masyadong mabasa yung kanyang lip movement.
So
Mga partner, nakakausap ko ito si Kenny Redfield before this game. Sabi
ano
ko,
balita?
Ken, are you married? I don't see your fiancé or your wife in town. Sabi niya, now that you ask, I am getting married on September 14. At sabi niya, well, this could be a fitting wedding gift if you win the championship. Sabi niya, you're so right. Nakatawa si Kenny Redfield.
26-22 ang ating bilang. Lamang ang Alaska ng 4. Rebound. Oy, si Redfield, isipag sa rebound sa larong ito. Mayroong tawag.
There was a forearm. A forearm thrown by Jeffrey Carriazo on Peter Naron. And they will call on the ribbon. That is a good call. Kitang-kita yon. Although Jeffrey was exasperated on the previous offensive attempt.
We're going to find we're actually trying to find the right angle here. Yun.
He pushed off, used the forearm on Peter Naron. Kanina, Jeffrey Carriazo tried to score from the baseline. His attempt was foiled by Peter Naron.
Okay, we'll take this moment to give you a chance to explain to you that San Miguel and Sunkist, they are quite busy during the time that they're not in the semifinals or in the finals. They have an out-of-town game, an exhibition battle. San Miguel against Sunkist. This will happen in Tangub City, Misamis Oriental. And the date is September 19, 1996. It's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon at the Sinanduloy Cultural Center. So, San Miguel Sunkist and PBA fans, huwag niyo pong kakaligtaan na may laro sila.
Ito yung mismatch. Peter Naron, he was fouled by Roel Gomez. Tim Cone has been subbing his small men, but he has not made any change as far as his big lineup is concerned.
Napapansin ko na medyo hinihigpitan na nila si Peter Naron. I don't think they want Naron or on the part of Alaska for Naron to do any damage at all here.
Well, I think na-realize din ni Coach Chito Narvasa na napakalaki yung mismatch with Peter Naron has the ball because he plays the number, well, in this situation, he plays the number 2 position. Kanya malaking bagay yung height advantage ni Peter Naron. on the off guard of Alaska, who is Roel Gomez at this stage.
Naron gets the bounce on the second try, and look at this. Lumalapit na ang Shell sa Alaska. 26-25 ang ating bilang. Pinakamalaking lamang ng Alaska. Tumayo ito nung 10 puntos.
Rebounding story, Alaska getting a slight edge at this stage, 12-10. Now, kanina nakita natin, Jeffrey Carriazo will have to sit 3 minutes on the bench for a deliberate foul. Now, Carriazo has struggled in this series. In the 3 games so far, he's hitting only 25%. That's because he can't seem to get away from the leech-like defense of the big men of Shell. And plus, he's not getting his opportunity to score because Formula Shell is not double-teaming. Jeffrey Carriazo does not find the open lane for the penetration.
Like Carriazo had 2 points in game 1, 9 points in game 2, and only 5 points in the third game. In the meantime, Gomez is having quite a battle with Peter Naron.
And again in isolation, finally they double team Peter Naron. They have to.
Redfield zigzagging, Naron in the clear. He's open, gets it!
Naron has been the killer here in this series. He's been the X factor, so to speak.
And it's Shell already on top by 1, 27-26. Paras giving up his second personal foul.
Well, Bong Hawkins had the right idea. Nung nakuha niya yung bola, atake ka agad.
Okay, this is our friend, the finance director of the PBA, Mr. Sonny Barrios, left of your screens, and his son, JB Barrios. JB, special day for him today. And what better way than spend it with dad on your 18th birthday?
Totoo yan, happy birthday. And talking about birthdays, we'd like to greet the Sports Weekly magazine editor Barry Pascua.
Boss mo yun, ano?
Oh,
In a way, ano?
who's celebrating his birthday with us. O Barry,
Barry,
blow out.
Barry, you know what I mean, Barry? Medyo umiinit yung laro, partner. Medyo...
Well, dikit kasi yung laro, no? And of course, this game has turned very physical. You see the double team of Peter Naron.
Yun ang ating ibig sabihin doon. Ayun!
That time it was Sean Chambers who clamped down on Peter Naron. The partner ito si Peter Naron should have also given up the ball much earlier.
Gomez will sit down. Guinho will sit down. In the meantime, let's review the lineups on the floor. We have Reyes, Lastimosa, Chambers, Bolado, and Hawkins. The quintet for Tim Cone. Sa kabilang panig, ang lima ni Chito Narvasa, Naron, Paras, Escobar, Redfield, at si Santos. Samantala Chambers, sa paborito niyang pwesto, ayaw. Rebound ni Chris Bolado. Ayaw. Rebound pinaglalabanan, sabi ni Santos. Akin na, but he was on the line.
Now with Bolado's entry into this game, once more, Coach Tim Cone going with a big lineup. So 3 frontliners with 2 guards.
Hawkins pulls the trigger.
That's a second long-range basket by Bong Hawkins. Mabilis yung pasahan ng Alaska in the half court.
Hawkins with 13 points in all the first 3 games, all but double figures rather. Peter Naron continues to wax hot.
Well, napakataas na ng confidence level ni Peter Naron.
9 points already in the second quarter. Let's just make that clear about Hawkins. In all the 3 games, he has always been in double figures. In the meantime, it's 31-29. Alaska, dalawa ang lamang.
And they'll go one the other way. Coach Tim Cone up in arms, saying that that ball was slapped away, but play will continue. It's Shell now in possession.
Ernie De Leon, however, took an interest and listened in. June Reyes bats it away. Nasa kamay ni Chambers. Chambers
Well, kita yung pasa.
Chambers, as he flew, there was a foul.
Picking up pace, Alaska, every opportunity it has to run, it will. And what's fueling the fast break attack is not so much the rebounding, Sev, but the good defense. They're forcing their turnovers. They're anticipating kung saan papasok yung pasa ng Shell, and they're batting those passes away.
Yes, indeed. 6 13 ang nalalabi dito sa ating second quarter. Chambers, walang problema ang first free throw. Chambers, no problem din ang second free throw. Ang Alaska ngayon ay lamang ng 4, 33-29. Nung matapos po ang ating first quarter play, lamang po ang Alaska 21-16. Ang series po natin finds Formula Shell in front 2-1. Benji Paras ends almost trapped there. Naron shot just a bit wide and the rebound battles have been furious.
Good positioning, good box out by Alaska. No opportunity for Formula Shell.
Meron akong plug dito para sa mga may hilig sa football. Tiger Cup Championship, meron tayong primer sa Friday. Mukhang wala na tayong preliminary game pag sapit ng ating 5th game ng series na ito. So, I think football aficionados will find that very, very interesting. Samantala, patuloy ang basketball. Narito, Jojo Lastimosa. Wala. Alaska. Oh, close range. Ayaw na muna. Follow-up pasok.
May offensive rebound na naman ang Alaska that time. But napansin mo yung quickness sa kanilang half-court offense. Yung motion, bumalik na.
Liksi nung laro nila, bumalik
Yes.
eh.
Now, Kenny Redfield, wala pang puntos dito sa second period.
Naron, nakalusot. Goodbye. Oh, traveling.
That's a tough call, but a good one. He had inside position. Peter Naron shuffled his feet to try to shake off the defense. Panurin po natin. He was intimidated by the tough defense of Bolado. Napakalaki naman si Mountain.
5 minutes to play. Second quarter na ho tayo. Mid-post area. Chambers, turnaround, pasok! Chambers with 14 markers across his name. 37-29. Umarangkada na naman ng Alaska. Sila ay nakapagpatayo ng lead na 10 puntos. Pinakamalaki way back in the opening quarter. Naron being aggressive. Benji Paras takes care of business.
Not a good rotation and defense by Alaska. That all started with a double team on Kenny Redfield.
I'm sorry, partner. I just wanted to say 4 na puntos na si Benji Paras.
No, very clear. Ang strategy ng Alaska is to make Kenny Redfield give up the ball. They don't want him handling the ball, so they're double teaming him even up high.
Victor Pablo balik sa ball game. June Reyes umupo na rin. Johnny Abarientos bumalik sa hardcourt. 6 ang lamang ng Alaska with 4 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. Chambers, yes!
Alam mo, may banggaan doon, ha? But walang tawag yung referee as Sean Chambers went up for the shot. Hindi nila dinodouble team si Sean Chambers, kanya nakakawala.
16 points by Chambers. Redfield, on the other hand, he has 8 in the game. Benji Paras races for it, scampers for it is a better term. Redfield working hard, awkward shot, won't go. 3 men on him.
Yes, the defense collapsed at Kenny Redfield.
Johnny! No siree, but there was a foul. By the way, come halftime, we will present the winners of the conference photo contest. Ang timpalak ng ating mga photographers dito sa PBA. We will break down this first half. We'll have dugout reports from Butch Maniaga and Anthony Santay. And we will present to you our Little League softball team. It's a girls softball team. There they are. And they took second place in a competition over there in, I think it's Oregon, but we'll get the entire story later on. They were so nice to talk with earlier. It's a day for kids here in the PBA. Earlier today, Ateneo de Manila thought that it was an overtime game against Don Bosco, pero ang layo ng tira na yung pumasok. Ano?
Totoo yun.
It's just unfortunate na walang 3-point shot sa kanilang liga.
Here's a big discrepancy. 8-2 in offensive rebounds in favor of Alaska. And there will be an offensive foul on Abarientos.
41-33 is our count. We will take a break here as we have a timeout. Natatawa ako, partner. Alam mo, hindi naman sa pinagtatawan. Natutuwa ba that this series has now reached its emotional level? Kasi, bakit? Medyo yung referee, medyo inaaway na ng konti ng mga players at ng mga coaches. Yung mga fans, nakikihalubilo na rin. Intense na. Pati yung players, iba na yung intensity because they know that this game could be the turning point for the series.
Well, totoo yan. To be expected naman, natataas yung intensity level as this series comes closer and closer to a final showdown.
Okay, 41-36 ang score natin. Lamang Alaska, 2:30 to go.
Sir, may pagbabago dito sa lineup ni Coach Tim Cone at pinasok na niya yung kanyang tatlong gwardiya, no? So he's got a quick lineup on the floor. Shorter lineup, but quick.
Ito yung speed team.
Oo.
Okay, na-recover ni Johnny. Nawala, bumalik. Ito ang buhay. Naron. Lastimosa na foul si Naron. Ikalawang foul ni Lastimosa. Sa pagkakataong ito, ngayon pa lamang umabot sa penalty ang parehong kupunan.
Yan ang tinatawag natin na swinging both ways.
Kasi
Parang pendulum, ano ba?
Mismo. Nung unang yugto, mga kababayan, hindi umabot sa penalty ang neither team. Ang Shell ay may 3 team foul, samantala ang Alaska ay may 2.
Kilala natin ito, nasa gitna. The father of Coach Yang Giao, si Governor Bren Giao, former governor of Pampanga. And we also saw Congressman Mike Romero of Negros Oriental and Popoy Wico, Philippine Sports Committee Chairman.
1 minute and 56 seconds to go. Johnny naipit. Lastimosa! Tabingin ng konti. Pinaglalabanan.
Partner, yun ang sinasabi natin, no? Kung dapat pumasok yung mga outside shooter ng Alaska to be able to offset the height advantage. Now that Alaska is playing with a small lineup, even more important for Alaska to score from the outside.
And that basket was credited to Peter Naron, although it did appear that Victor Pablo had the last touch on that. But Shell doesn't care. It's 2 points for them. 41-39.
Ayan na naman, tumira na naman sa labas ang Alaska at hindi pumasok.
In the meantime, the shot clock is at 18. Libre sa kabilang panig si Hawkins. Ayaw. Grabe ang bakbakan sa loob. Grabe ang hatawan sa loob.
And partner, napansin natin, 3 straight attempts from the outside by Alaska. Walang pumasok. At hindi na naman nakakapasok ang Alaska sa loob to be able to get some inside points. Yan ang sakripisyo ni Coach Tim Cone. If he fields a small lineup, they are getting overpowered in the fight for position inside the lane.
So kailangan talaga tama ang timplada no? At the right moment. And tama yung intensyon Okay lang yung mag-small kasi gusto mo bumilis kung minsan di ba?
Well, titignan mo din kung medyo napapagod na yung kalaban. No?
Oo, mismo.
Kung yung mga malalaki ng Shell ay medyo napapagod na, dapat bibilisan nyo ang laro. At baka hindi na sila makatakbo or to keep pace with your speedy lineup.
59 seconds to go.
Kanya nga yung sekreto nitong Formula Shell, yung kanilang deep bench, no? Ika nga, no? Yung fresh legs na sinabi natin kanina sa ating pre-game introductions.
Naron. Naiinis na si Tim Cone, hindi siya makakuha ng offensive foul sa pag-drive ni Naron. Samantala nakuha nila ang bola sa ibang paraan. Foul si Naron.
And they will call that call as the referee signals that there was a deliberate foul on Peter Naron as he hacked Johnny Barrientos.
Ang masakit nito, you'll have to sit down some portion of that third quarter later on. And this one is down to only 39 seconds. Medyo nadidistract ang Alaska sa hindi pagtawag ng ilang foul na pinaniniwalaan nilang foul talaga laban sa kanila.
Well, palagay ko, tactic din niya ni Coach Tim Cone to fire up his boys, no?
That's
Dapat
one way.
magpakita din siya ng konting intensity on the sidelines. Ang Formula Shell naman, sa tingin ko, very conscious sila na itong Alaska really wants to speed up the game. Kanya, every opportunity that Alaska has to score in transition, they foul. Para lang hindi matuloy yung kanilang fast break points. Kanya nakita natin ito si Peter Naron giving up that foul. And that deliberate foul will force Peter Naron to sit for 3 minutes. But 39.2 seconds to go na lang dito sa ating first half. So yung kanyang 3-minute rest period will carry over to the second half.
Yes, indeed. Samantala, Hawkins, solid first half by Hawkins so far. Grabe! Ang bakbakan at supalpalan. 45-39. Looks like Alaska will proceed to the locker room with some kind of lead. Redfield with a chance for the final say. Keep in mind, both teams in penalty. Shot clock is off. Redfield says, let me try this. Short. Chambers. 45-39 after 24 minutes of basketball. And we'll have the photo awards. We'll have Little League softball presentation. We'll have the breakdown of this first half all coming your way.